A perfect lie. Ethan sat on the balcony, staring at the city lights below. The gentle hum of late-night traffic and the distant sound of laughter from a nearby bar felt strangely comforting. He swirled the whiskey in his glass, the ice clinking softly. Tonight was supposed to be different. Tonight was supposed to be a celebration. He had planned a surprise for Olivia, his wife of 6 years. A romantic getaway, a break from the monotony of their lives. But Olivia wasn't home. She had texted him 2 hours ago. "Working late again, babe. Don't wait up. Love you, red heart." Ethan sighed, forcing a smile. It wasn't the first time. Over the past few months, Olivia had been working late almost every night. At first, he believed her. She was dedicated to her career, always pushing herself to do more. But lately, something felt different. The kisses felt forced. The I love yous were routine. And the way she avoided his eyes, it gnawed at him. Ethan took another sip of his whiskey, then unlocked his phone. His fingers hesitated before typing. "Where are you?" The message was read instantly. But no reply. And that's when he knew. Olivia wasn't working late. She was with someone else. Ethan's grip tightened around his phone as he stared at the empty chat. His heart pounded in his chest, but his mind remained eerily calm. He had suspected this for weeks, maybe even months, but seeing it unfold in real time sent a cold wave through his veins. He opened his laptop and logged into their shared cloud account. Olivia was never good at covering her tracks, or maybe she had just stopped caring. A few clicks later, he found what he was looking for. A recently uploaded photo. A hotel room. Dim lighting. A half-finished glass of wine on the nightstand. And in the reflection of the mirror, Olivia. She wasn't alone. Ethan leaned back in his chair, his breath steady. He zoomed in on the reflection, focusing on the shadowy figure standing behind her. He expected to see a stranger. Some faceless man she had met at work. But instead, he saw someone he knew. His best friend. The realization hit him like a freight train, but he didn't flinch. He didn't blink. He just smiled. Because Olivia had no idea. He had been watching her, too. Ethan closed his laptop, his mind working like a machine. He wasn't the kind of man to act impulsively. No, he preferred strategy. Precision. He glanced at the clock. 10:47 p.m. If they had just checked in, they would be there for a while. Perfect. He grabbed his jacket, slipped his phone into his pocket, and headed to the door. But before leaving, he made a quick detour to the bedroom closet. Hidden beneath a pile of old sweaters was a small, black box. He opened it carefully, running his fingers over the cold metal inside. Not yet, he told himself. Not yet. Tonight wasn't about anger. It was about understanding. He needed to see it with his own eyes. 11:15 p.m. Ethan sat in his car outside the hotel, watching the balcony of room 307. The lights were on. Shadows moved behind the curtains. Laughter. Low voices. He gripped the steering wheel, his heartbeat steady. Then, his phone buzzed. A message from Olivia. "I love you. Going to bed early, feeling exhausted. See you tomorrow, red heart." Ethan exhaled a slow breath, shaking his head. The audacity. His fingers hovered over the keyboard. He could respond. Pretend he believed her. But what was the point? Instead, he looked up at the balcony. The curtains shifted. A figure stepped outside, stretching his arms. Ethan's best friend. Ethan smiled. Game on. Ethan leaned back in his seat, his mind sharper than ever. He watched as his best friend, Ryan, stood on the balcony, taking a deep breath of the cool night air. He looked relaxed. Carefree. Like a man who had nothing to hide. Interesting. Ethan tapped his fingers on the steering wheel, his thoughts racing. He had two options. Wait. Watch them. Gather every detail before making a move. Act. Walk into that hotel and let them know exactly who they were dealing with. The old Ethan might have hesitated. But this Ethan? He was done playing nice. He stepped out of the car, his boots crunching against the pavement. The night air was cool, but he felt nothing. As he approached the hotel entrance, his phone buzzed again. A message. From Ryan. Bro, you up? Got something crazy to tell you tomorrow. You won't believe it. Wild night. Ethan chuckled under his breath. Oh, I bet. He slid the phone back into his pocket and walked inside. The game had just begun. Ethan took a deep breath, steadying his heartbeat as he stepped into the hotel lobby. The warm lighting and soft music felt ironic. This was the calm before the storm. He spotted the elevator panel. Room 814. He had memorized it the moment he saw the receipt. The doors slid open with a soft chime, and he stepped inside. His reflection in the mirrored walls stared back at him, calm, unreadable, but beneath the surface, a storm was brewing. Ding! Ethan stepped into the hallway, his footsteps silent against the plush carpet. He approached the door. A faint laugh echoed from inside. Her laugh. The one he used to love. The one he could no longer trust. His fingers hovered over the door handle. He could walk away. Pretend he never knew. But that wasn't who he was. Instead, he knocked, 3 firm, deliberate taps. Silence. Then hurried whispers. Footsteps. The door cracked open, and there she was, Sophia. Wrapped in nothing but a silk robe, her eyes widening in shock. Ethan, what are you doing here? He smirked, but there was no warmth in it. Just thought I'd stop by, he said, tilting his head. You know, before Ryan tells me all about his wild night tomorrow. Her face went pale. Behind her, Ryan emerged, shirtless, his jaw tightening the second he saw Ethan. Ethan chuckled, shaking his head. Surprise. With that, he turned on his heel and walked away. Some betrayals deserved an explanation. This one didn't.